All right, gang. We have 13 of you on. Look, I'm gonna get through this real quick for you. Sounds like I have all loan officers. Do me a favor, Lori. Make me an organizer too.
Okay.
I want to talk to folks. If you're dialed in and you want to talk to me, I'm going to talk to you today. So because we have a pretty cool opportunity here that we are not really using yet. Some of you have because you just don't maybe yet understand. I don't see any there. So let's see. Ed Walters is dialed in. Hey, Ed, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, awesome. So you can talk to me. Just keep
Okay.
yourself muted.
Got it.
Anybody else that wants to dial in, dial in. If you want to talk to me, dial in, because this is so simple, and we're going to get through it really quickly, and it's powerful enough that you should not miss it as an opportunity, especially if you're a branch if you're a branch manager or you're someone trying to win builder relationships or MSAs with real estate offices, or you're trying to pick up a certain builder or a certain realtor maybe that has builder relationships. I think builders and the lots that they have and the models that they have are one of the more powerful things. I think there are three things that we can do with the tool that can really help real estate agents make more money. And I mean really compelling things. That's for sell by owners. Obviously, for sell by owners, may not be ready to list, but absolutely, what a great tool we have for them to be able to market their home everywhere, right? Builders. The problem with wait, let me come back to builders. The second thing would be HUD homes, foreclosure listings, right? Sometimes that's overdone, and some of you don't have a lot of those in your market. All right. Now let's talk for a second just about builders and why they're one of the three. I think they're the most powerful one. We have some people that are using it with great success. And here's why. They hate to align themselves. Usually they hate to align themselves with just one realtor. Often they will. They get a rock star. Often they will align themselves with just one realtor. Often they put a realtor in their office, right? And they're the one that do the showings, and they're the one that offer the different opportunities to people that might walk into their models, and that's where they put them. They have offices within the models. Most of you have seen that. They usually like refit the garage and put a person in there. Well, this is the person you might want to build a relationship with. Many of those builders have construction financing, and many of them are using you. You know, many of them use. I don't even know. Hey, Ed.
Yes.
Ed, unmute. What kind of financing options do we have for new builds? We do the takeouts,
actually
right?
Nothing in the marketplace.
There's really not a lot. We do. It's the banks do those, and then we do the takeouts, right? I've heard this a couple of times.
Right. So we're okay on that, but yeah, right now anybody that wants to do construction, they're really running into a banking problem. The community banks around here are about the only ones who will help the builder. But getting in and doing the takeouts, that's the easy part once they get up and running. But builders are beginning to hammer nails again.
Right. So our opportunity as loan officers is to build relationships with the realtor, show them, because the realtors can definitely make money on the tool, and have them use the tool and the builder's listings in order to create buyers, because we all know those buyers don't end up buying those homes every time that they came in for. The lead comes in on any listing. The listing asset creates the lead. And I've seen that we are doing a lot of permanent financing on the other side of the banks doing the construction loans. So that's another opportunity for you guys. So let's talk about how a builder could use our tool and in order to and market their home, and maybe even not even put their homes on the MLS. Many builders do not want to put their homes on the MLS. Some of them do. But if they want to put their home on the MLS, or let's say they have their home with someone else on the MLS, but they're still willing to market with you. Well, when would that be the case? Well, builders build spec homes and they list them, right? But they don't always list their models because they're not for sale yet. They don't always list their vacant lots because they know they don't get any real activity on vacant lots, right? So there are in most builder situations, especially the markets that I've been in, most builders will have listings that are homes ready for sale, and then they'll have rendering listings, right? And that's where we can really win, is on the side of the pre-builts, okay? So let's talk about how we can do that. This is my favorite part of the whole thing, is that you can give your builder their own custom page. In other words, your realtor has maybe they have Team R&B or Team Crazy Great Realtor, right? And they have their team page and they have all their listings and whatever, okay? Well, when you go talk to a builder, or when one of your real estate agents talk to a builder, why not give that builder their own branded RealPro page? Makes perfect sense. All your realtor needs is another email address. So that's a trick. Make sure you remember that. If one of your real estate agents wants a second account, and let's say they want, and remember, you can use that trick for all kinds of things. You can use you can use your real estate agents could create their own FSBO RealPro page and just market to FSBOs. I have guys that are doing flat fee FSBOs and killing it by just doing a FSBO page. Okay, make sure your builders have their own page. In this example, we made the company name Randy Homes, and I copied some Ryland Homes pictures and stuff. But you can give them their own page. There's no reason not to be honest. And I guess they could list them also on their page, but let's keep going here. All right. Then I want you to collect, I want your real estate agent to collect renderings, pictures of models, homes they've built that they've taken, size information. And this is so easy. You show up and you grab those brochures, right? And they have all of the details. No, I don't. They have all of the details of the homes, the sizes, the price points, how many car garage, how many rooms it has, the layout of the build. So you kind of want to look at it. Let's say you were going to build a new home for yourself, right? You'd want to see a rendering of what it would look like. You'd want to see the room sizes, how many bedrooms, how many baths, maybe an overview of where the room's laid out, right? So collect that data and then collect photos of past homes or even photos of the models. Then you want to collect listing data, right? You want to collect lot data, right? So let's just look at this rendering here. This rendering shows a bunch of solds and a bunch of homes that are not sold. Often, most times, builders will also be developers. Often, builders go into another development and they have control of several lots. Keep the current color scheme. All right. If your builder has, whether they have control of 10 lots or they own the whole development, most of those lots will have addresses or lot numbers, right? And so you'll have a street and a lot number. Okay, that's as good as an address. All right. Step 4, list them. So now the builder, let's call them, Randy Homes, has their own page, and maybe they're not willing to list with your real estate agent in the MLS because for whatever reason they don't want to put homes that aren't built in the MLS. You can take all those photos that you created and all those empty lots and turn those into listings. Okay? So what that means is you take the rendering of, let's call this rendering Walnut. You know how they always have names of these things, so we're going to make them nuts. So this is Walnut, is the name of this rendering on the left. And Walnut, oh my goodness, I have no clue, guys. Sorry. Walnut is can be built on any of these lots. So you pick a lot. Let's say it's lot that's on 1234 Pecan Street. Okay, so you would go into your RealPro account and you would call it 1234A Pecan Street. Okay, or you might, since this is Walnut, you might call it 1234W Pecan Street. And then you'd put the cover, and then you'd put the picture of the renderings and a picture of the lot, and then a couple of pictures of interiors that this builder has built. And lo and behold, you have a listing and all kinds of great stuff that we're going to do on that listing for that. And then let's say he also builds a property called Pecan. You just call it 1234P Lunsford Street. Now, I have no clue why this is doing this. Sorry. You call it 1234P Lunsford Street. So with that one address, if you have 6 different plans, you can have 6 listings. Okay, so you can easily see how if you had a builder relationship, how you could really help that builder get buyers, right? Many of those buyers have homes to sell. Okay, so that's helping your real estate agent get buyers and get sellers, right? And then that really gives you a lot of power, okay? Because if you have, let's say you just go to a builder and say, I want to put some of your homes, I want to feature some of your homes on my website. I just want to take a model and put it on a lot. You could give that builder their own website, their own virtual tours, their own videos. You could give them, you could do a Trulia account and just feature just their 20 or 30 or how many listings you have on there. You can post all of those listings using our Craigslist poster. You could go to Trulia and write a blog about builders and feature your builder, right? And you could do the newest trick that we're going to be talking about next time. You could do paid advertising on Facebook, which is creating a mountain of buzz. Let me show you. That's my slideshow here. Let me show you real quickly what I'm talking about. I went to Commerce RealPro, and I think I went under Rick. No, I think I went under FarmRs, and I gave myself, and I created an account for Randy Homes. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard, and let's just add a manual listing. Street address 1234 W for Walnut, Lunsford Street. Anywhere in my county, California. Random zip code, single family, new home, for sale. Price, they'll know what they sell their models for, right? So you would say to be determined or $498. And then maybe you would say, you would put in the description base price, right? This average model is 3,450 square feet. It's going to be built in 2013. It has 4 bedrooms. It has 2 full baths. It has 2 half baths, right? And then we can add a bunch of amenities like optional deck, optional whatever. Builders have a million upgrades. And then you just write the description like, this home is a custom built by Randy Homes. Many options, whatever. You get it, and price is available, right? Now offering this great incentive, okay? And then save and next. And I've saved some pictures So let's select some pictures here. I've called, where did I put those pictures? Ryland Home Pictures. All right, let's find our walnut. There's our walnut. Right, and as maybe some of you didn't know that, but there's our walnut home. Okay, now maybe some of you didn't know that you could choose any number of pictures all at once by holding down the Shift key. That's pretty cool. I'm just clicking open. Look at how fast it loads all those pictures. Like some of them, doesn't like some of them for the size. I basically took them off of Google. Watch them come in. Pretty cool, pretty quick. Okay. Now, we'll call that the Lunsford, but maybe this is or we'll call that the walnut, but maybe this is a to be built, so maybe we'll put a rendering up there first. And maybe when the flyers happen, we want that to be the picture in the second one. We want that to be the picture in the third one. We want, let's see, that bedroom to be pictured the fourth picture. There you go. Now we've ordered our photos. It's that easy. Now let's just activate this listing. Let's just make it active, and let's call this the new walnut on Lunsford, and save it. Now we've created an account for a builder. We can claim all these listings. We can do multiple listings on each address. We can claim them on Trulia. We can feature them on Trulia. We can post them on Craigslist. We are guaranteed to have buyers by the weekend. There is no reason not to have buyers by the weekend. Let's see. See what that looks like. We gave Ryland their own. There it is. There's that model that we're marketing. $498. Good question. If you're working now, I've got some questions. I'm going to go through some questions. Let me just open this up and see if anybody else dialed in wants to talk to me too, so that we can. So if you guys are dialed in, I'll unmute you. Is that you, Ed? Chris Brothers, you there?
Oh,
yes.
Awesome. All right, how do you protect your commissions were a question. It is very, very hard to protect commissions with builders. As you know, you need to show up with them, right? You need to have that form filled out with them. Many of you probably have a great relationship with a builder, and you can win that way. But remember, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose some, no question about it. You're not going to win every, but I would say 80% of something big is better than 100% of nothing. So you can't. I've done this business. So those of you that are realtors on the call, thank you for being on the call. I've sold thousands of homes in my time, and I'm telling you, never more frustrated than when one of my customers who I'd been showing home after home went into a builder without me, and the builder refused to pay. Okay, so to be honest, this is a way to turn the tables, right? This is a way to turn the tables on them and take their assets and use them to earn some commissions for yourself and to find some buyers for yourself. And the truth is, you're going to create a lot more buyer activity for them. So it's usually a win-win. Are people going to go to that builder without you because they love your pictures and your description? Are you going to create activity and lose that commission? You are. But you're going to win more times than you lose. Let's see if I got any more questions here. Sorry, it's kind of a clunky system. If you're working with a FSBO builder. All right, that's it. That's the only question I have. Anybody else? Ed, anybody have any more questions for me?
This is great. Got some builders I want to take it to.
So here's the key, guys. Here's the trick. Okay, first off, you only get into it. You only get out of it what you put into it. If you're not using Craigslist, man, use Craigslist. I'm telling you, use Craigslist, especially when you have a listing. Here's one thing I love about this. These listings if they're not on the MLS, you're not competing with RE/MAX or Caldwell or Century 21 or any of your other competitors. Everything, it's every lead that listing creates should be coming to you, right? Maximize that. Put that on Craigslist. Claim it on Trulia. Feature it on Trulia so it comes up on the first page, right? I love listings that you could call pocket listings. They're not on the MLS. Love them. You could take one lot and 6 models that builder builds and create 6 listings and feature them and put them on Craigslist, and you should be showing homes. And you guys, we all know that only 7-8% of the people that call about 123 Main Street end up buying 123 Main Street. Those are buyers, right? That's what we're after. Okay? My favorite trick that I was about to tell you, my favorite trick is that productive real estate agents that we're partnered with that actually are doing business and growing their business, many of them are using the tool multiple times. Okay? Remember that. You don't have to use this listing tool and put all of your listings, whether they're foreclosures, whether they're bank owns, whether they're for sale by owners, whether they're builders, they all don't have to be in the same account. Okay? With RealPro, please, if you get a builder, give that builder their own account. Work that builder, because that's great brand recognition for that builder, and the builder loves it. You may have to talk to your your broker, and your broker may require you put, RE/MAX Alliance here if that's who you work for, which is fine, because you can put the brand of the builder over here. Okay, so you can get multiple accounts. The trick is you have to have different email addresses for every account. That is we call the primary key. What else? Anybody have any more questions for me? Let's see what else. We got another one here. Does the builder pay for the account? No, the realtor. It's the realtor's account, right? I mean, I guess if you're a loan officer and you're working directly with a builder, I think you should be working with a real estate agent working with that builder. I think you should be partnering with your real estate agents. If you're a loan officer and you go out and win a builder relationship, I would plug one of your real estate partners in there. This is a partnership. We as loan officers, and forgive me for the real estate agents that are on the call, this is for both pools of folks. But we as loan officers, we win when we build meaningful realtor relationships and we help them earn more buyers and sellers. So absolutely, go build a relationship with a builder and then partner with one of your real estate agents on it. That was that question. That's it, my friends. That's all we've got. That's my 10 minutes that I seem to always stretch into 20. You guys have a great day. Thanks for being on the call.